Good morning, Leslie. We've got a big group staying at the bed and breakfast today, so I won't be able to do any of the housework. I'll need you to do all the cooking and cleaning for me today. Oh, as well as the laundry. It's been piling up in the laundry room for 3 days now. And while you're at it, I'll also need you to pick up some things from the store. Hey, Mom, I'm sorry you're having a rough day. I hate to have to turn you down like this, but I have my own job to do and I'm at the office right now, so I'm afraid I can't just up and leave on a moment's notice like this. Leslie, this is not the first time we've had this conversation. Do I need to remind you that as the wife of my oldest son, you have certain responsibilities? Our family operates the most exclusive bed and breakfast in the entire area, so don't go off thinking you can get away with prioritizing your job. I'm not sure why you put quotation marks around job like that. My job is just as real as anyone else's. That's not the point. Don't dodge the issue. Now, let me know when you leave the office. I'm going to send you a shopping list. Look, Mom, I understand that running a bed and breakfast as big as yours must be truly difficult work. Really, I do. I'm sure there are all sorts of things you do every day that I could never do. But again, that's your job and this is mine. Is it too much to ask for your understanding that I have my own work, my own career path? Yes, now get out of that silly little office and come home. You have housework to do. Even if I wanted to come right home, I can't. I'm not at the office. I'm out of town. What? What do you mean you can't come home? Where in the world are you? I'm going to be out of town on business for the next 3 days. How shameless can you be? You're my son's wife. The only job you need to be doing is helping me keep this bed and breakfast running. How else are you going to be able to take it over one day? And here we are in the middle of the busiest tourism season of the year, and you're off gallivanting elsewhere while I'm stuck here by myself. Are you out of your mind? Wait a second, back up. You're saying I'm going to take over the bed and breakfast? Exactly. What are you so surprised about? You knew what you were getting into when you married my oldest son. One day he'll inherit the business side from my husband, and you'll inherit the management side from me. This is the first I've ever heard about this. And besides, your husband has told me that he already has a candidate in mind for the next property manager. Yes, you. No, I'm pretty sure that's not the case, Mom. I've had more than enough backtalk from you today. In all honesty, I'd rather not be forced to entrust the operations of my beautiful bed and breakfast to someone like you who grew up in poverty, but my hands are tied. For whatever reason, my son chose you, so I'll just have to make do. In a few weeks, when the travel season ends, I'm going to be putting you through a hands-on training program to teach you the ropes. So make whatever arrangements you need for that. Mom, you are being ridiculous about this. I have a career of my own. Then quit. No way. I've worked way too hard to create what I have right now, and I'm not giving it up for you. I only allowed you to marry my son under the condition that you would be assisting me at the bed and breakfast. And now you're reneging on that assignment? What agreement? We never discussed anything like that. It's not a discussion, it's an order, and you're not going to change my mind. My decision is final. I'm sorry, but I don't have time for this right now. I've got a big day ahead of me, and I need to get everything ready tonight. I'll talk to you later, Mom. Hold it right there, Leslie. This conversation is not over. We need to discuss your training program, and I still have to send you that shopping list. Leslie, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself immediately. What do you mean? We just had a big group arrive from a company in a neighboring town, but why are you with them? Oh, that? Well, it's my company, so... What? We're having a company vacation. Even if it's just one town over, it's still nice to get out and relax every once in a while. And there aren't very many facilities that can cater to groups as large as ours for a similar price range. So we decided to book the bed and breakfast for a night. Just when I thought you couldn't be any more shameless, and this is what you do? What? It seems that you've finally come around to see reason and accept your role as the next property manager. Huh? But I'm afraid you're far too late. I've been talking with my husband, and we've decided to give the position to Miriam, my other son's wife. Oh, I see. So Miriam accepted the position? Yes, and she just quit her job the other day. She was very willing to make all the necessary arrangements as soon as we brought up the possibility to her. And most importantly of all, her parents are fabulously wealthy. They're major real estate investors. They own a ton of apartment buildings in the area. With a family like that, she's absolutely the perfect candidate to take over the bed and breakfast for me. She's not the product of an impoverished single mother like some other women I know. Ah, it seems like you're under the impression that single mothers are all poor, which isn't the case, but let's put that aside for now. So, Miriam really agreed to take over the bed and breakfast then? Yes, we had the discussion just the other day. They'll need a bit of time to get ready to move over here, so I gave them a month. After that, she'll start the training program I was preparing for you. She really agreed to that? It's just that, I don't know. It really doesn't seem like Miriam would agree to become the next property manager from what I know of her. Oh, Leslie, you're so pathetic. After all your protesting, now you're coming to me and begging me to take you back? I'm neither crying nor begging. Did you really think an unsophisticated girl with a troubled upbringing like yourself could ever be a suitable property manager for a bed and breakfast as luxurious as this? What? All that silliness about bringing that group here for an employee vacation? You were really just trying to impress me with how skilled you were at luring in customers, weren't you? No, that's not the case at all. In any case, I've had enough. You're not welcome here any longer. Get out! You're kicking me out. Why? I'm here as a customer, you know. We paid in full for the cost of the stay in advance. And all the other guests are more than welcome to stay. However, you are another story. I tried so hard to be good to you despite your checkered past, and you threw it all in my face. Now that you see what you've lost, though, you're desperate to get back in my good graces. It's disgusting. Someone of your low stature doesn't deserve to stay here. It's just a vacation with my employees, that's all. Pack up your things and get off the premises immediately. I wasn't trying to impress you, I just wanted to relax. And you can relax where all the other poor people relax. Go to a dive bar or something. You're not deserving of such a high-class enterprise as this. All right then, I guess you don't want me as a customer. That's exactly right. I don't need any money from the likes of you. Oh, is that so? Then have it your way. I'm pulling my funding. Huh? Your husband also requested that I take on a position as consultant to assist in your bed and breakfast's restructuring. But since you don't want me here, I'll have to break the news to him that I won't be able to do that anymore. Wait a moment, you're pulling your funding? And what's this about a consultancy? Goodbye. Leslie, I had no idea. I never knew that our bed and breakfast was in such a precarious position. Well, it seems as though you finally had the talk with your husband, yes? Yes, that's right. Leslie, why didn't you tell me? You're the current CEO of the consulting firm founded by your grandfather. And Miriam, my second son's wife, she didn't quit her job and come and work with me. She quit her job to start her own company. I'm quite positive I told you what it was that I did for a living when we first met, so I guess you must have forgotten somewhere along the way. Oh well, that's not important right now. What else did you hear from your husband? Well, he also told me that the funding for our restructuring was coming from Miriam and your parents, and that your firm was going to be our consultant for coming up with a new sales strategy. Looks like you finally caught up then. I'm sure you've already realized this by yourself, but the employee vacation had two purposes. The first was, like I told you, just to take a few days off to relax, but the second was to get a clear picture of the bed and breakfast's current state. Unfortunately, since you decided to kick me out of the building before I even got settled into my room, we weren't able to do either of those things. Leslie, listen, can we just put this unfortunate little event behind us? Can you just forget it ever happened and go forward with providing us with funding in your consulting service like you'd planned? As the hotel's owner, that decision is up to your husband. Has he mentioned anything about it to you? Yes. He told me that if you were willing to forgive me for my behavior, utterly unbecoming of an adult woman and property manager, then he would continue with the plan. I see. Understood. Then you'll do it? I'm sorry, but this is a business matter, so I can't give you a firm answer right here on the spot. I'll need to meet with your husband in a business context and discuss things a bit further. My decision will depend on the results of that discussion. We'll agree to your terms, anything you want. So please, you have to help us. You have to save my beautiful bed and breakfast. Leslie, what's going on? Why am I being forced out of my position as property manager? I won't stand for this. Well, complaining about it to me won't do you any good. But you made my resignation a key condition for your agreement to provide us with funding and consulting services. That means it must have been your doing. You're responsible for this. Actually, the one who first brought up your resignation was your husband, not me. What? According to him, you've been far exceeding your authority as the property manager. You've been completely ignoring the business's official management policy and treating the establishment like it was your own plaything. That's ridiculous. I've never. You've also been discriminating in the way you treat guests, giving special treatment to wealthier guests or those with some sort of high status, executives, politicians, etc. It seems that you were blissfully unaware of the fact that your business was sliding closer and closer to bankruptcy every second. So you must also be unaware that it was precisely that prejudicial treatment of yours that caused you to lose regular customers at an incredible pace. My evaluation as a professional consultant is that you are the main reason for your bed and breakfast's financial predicament. But you don't even need to ask me. You can just see the kinds of reviews people are leaving about your establishment and you in particular on travel websites. Just about every negative review cites your ill treatment of them as the main reason. And given that reality, we naturally came to the conclusion that a new property manager would be a necessary aspect of any management strategy we could come up with. Without doing anything to address the key problem, no strategy would have a chance at success. This is completely ridiculous. I would never consent to any such agreement. I mean, really, is there anyone out there capable of running this place better than I can? Yes, actually. Oh, really? Who? Your husband has been discussing taking over your position with another person for quite some time now, and he decided this would be the perfect opportunity to finally make the switch. You mean her? That's right, your niece, Julia. For whatever reason, you've been furiously opposing giving her the position up until now, as I'm told. Perhaps you thought that having one of your daughters-in-law take the position would mean you could continue to run the place exactly as you want to? You don't understand. Being the property manager of a bed and breakfast is a massive responsibility. There are so many things I'll have to teach my successor about in order to keep this place running. Oh, but that Julia, she's far too strong-headed. She'll never listen to a word I say. Julia is actually quite an impressive woman. She majored in hospitality management at university, then spent 2 years in an apprenticeship at a major hotel chain. And she's also been working in your bed and breakfast for the last 5 years, so she should be well aware of how your establishment operates. Not to mention, she's been gradually taking on more and more responsibilities each year. She's basically been doing just about as much work as you have for the last 2 years. I've personally met her myself, and in my professional view, I'd say she would be the perfect candidate for the job. So you don't have anything to worry about, Mom. Your bed and breakfast will be in good hands with Julia at the helm. As a matter of fact, with her in charge, I bet it's going to do better than it has in years. Never! I'll never step aside! If Julia takes over, my husband is telling me that I'm going to be reduced to working as a common maid. Oh, that would be too much humiliation to bear. This is completely unacceptable. If you ask me, I'd say what's more unacceptable is having a property manager who treats customers better or worse based on their appearance or social status. And what's even more unacceptable than that is to insist on continuing to do things in the same exact way despite the devastating effect it's having on the business's bottom line. Stop talking like it's entirely my fault. It's not! Yes, you're right. I can't place 100% of the blame on you, and that was never my intent. However, we based all of our decisions on a review of customer feedback and hearings with individual employees. Your husband, as the owner, has the final say. So if you would like to register your complaints about his decision, you should take it up with him, and not me. As a consultant, it's not my responsibility, nor is it within my power to make decisions for a business. All I'm there for is to offer my professional opinions. But now, if I may be so bold as to offer a piece of personal advice, I understand that your husband has brought up the possibility of a divorce with you. Rather than be divorced and unemployed at your age, wouldn't you rather just take the offer of keeping you on as a maid? You might want to swallow your pride this time. No, I could never. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of work to do and I need to get back to it. I'll talk to you later. I don't understand. I didn't do anything wrong. This all happened within 2 months of me getting married to my husband. While all this was going on, my husband, who was also an employee of the bed and breakfast, was making some moves in the background. Doing a complete overhaul on their management strategy was actually his idea in the first place, and his mother came up in a lot of their discussions. His dad held out hope that she would come to see the error of her ways, but alas. A few days later, her husband divorced her. She turned down his offer of keeping her on as a maid, so she went back to her hometown to live with her relatives. She started looking for work in the hospitality industry, and she made sure to highlight her year of experience running her bed and breakfast. However, she was never quite able to come up with a convincing story when she was asked about why she quit her previous position, which created a lot of suspicion in her interviewers. She eventually removed that from her resume entirely and started applying for lower-level positions that she once thought were beneath her, but now they're all she can hope for.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Yo, Felipe! From today onwards, I'm the new manager around here. I was wondering who was messaging me at this time of the afternoon on my day off, and it just so happens to be you, Marcus. Nice to hear from you. Hey, you call me manager from now on, all right? Or boss, if that's the route you want to take. What, did something happen to the other manager of the store? I just told you that today I've been made the manager of this sushi restaurant. Could I ask you to please explain things in a little bit more detail for me then? Because as far as I'm aware, your uncle is still the manager of the restaurant and not you. And as far as the position of manager goes, I never even heard about how there would be a new manager elected to run the place. Did I miss some kind of a very important meeting the other day that I was supposed to be at? Well, my uncle just went and took his last breath and will no longer be coming out to run this place or anything else anymore. Really? He passed out back at home just the other day, and when the ambulance came and took him away, that was the last I'd seen of him. All right. I didn't realize. I am so sorry for your loss, Marcus. If there's anything you need my help with, anything at all, please let me know. Of course you'll be helping me out. As for right now, I can't be closing the restaurant at the last minute, but my family and I are all worked up right now and have to be home getting things ready for the funeral and such. So I'm gonna have you and Jay take over the place for me tonight, and for plenty of nights to come, I think. And once I've had time to talk with all of my family about it, we might be holding the funeral at the restaurant itself, so make sure you're all ready for that. I don't want to upset my uncle, who is not in heaven, by having us hold his funeral at his restaurant and it not being in tip-top shape. Understood. When you have all the details about that, please let the staff and I know. I'll get to work on changing things around on the schedule for everyone's shift. Good! Hello, Jay. It's me, Felipe. Did you hear anything at all from Marcus about the situation yet?
I did. Marcus's wife went ahead and sent me all the details about what had happened. I can't believe that he's already gone now. I'm hoping that at some point you and I will be able to go to his funeral as well. Anyway, did you end up hearing about everything from Marcus himself then?
That's right. He came to me and explained everything that had happened and what was going to happen.
I see. So him and his wife worked on contacting the both of us separately.
And so, from what I'd been told, you and I are being left in charge of the restaurant while Marcus is out dealing with his family and the funeral.
So in other words, he's not even thinking about closing down the place for a while then?
That's what it seems like. He said that he'd like to keep the place up and running for all of our customers, I believe. And he's also thinking of holding part of the funeral here, most likely the dinner and such.
Well, his wife did tell me that she thought he was going to want to keep the place open, for his own sake, or something along those lines. But if it's also to hold the funeral at, then I suppose it all makes a bit more sense. He is like a completely different person from his uncle, though, wanting to keep this restaurant open almost as though nothing had ever happened. Such an odd guy.
He sure is. So, can I ask you to go ahead and take care of shifting all of the schedule around and stuff for me?
I'll take care of it. Considering that Marcus won't be around, you're the only person here that can make the sushi that all of our customers want to eat. So I'll take care of everything like that in the office. And when I'm done, I'll come out and let you know before I head out for the night. Now, good luck making all those dishes on your own.
Thank you, Jay. Felipe, listen, bud, cut it out with all of that careless talking while we're serving our customers. All you're here to do is make sushi for them and serve it. Hello, Marcus. Call me the manager or boss. Okay. Did you need anything from me? Today is your day off, right? And like I was just saying to you, I'm not paying you to sit around talking all day to the customers while you're making that sushi. We have a server for that, as well as someone at the front of the house who can handle all of the customers. I find that it is a must to smile and make small talk with the customers while I do my job as a way of entertaining them. Huh? They come over to the counter for a reason, and it's not just to eat the sushi and then go home. And what exactly is wrong with me making the customers laugh and enjoy the service we give at this sushi restaurant? Was that all you had to say to me? If so, then I'll be going now. I have a long day ahead of me and not a lot of time to be staring at my phone.
Philippe, good work today.
Hey, Jay, good work today to you as well. By the way, Jay, by this point in time you should be leaving your work at this restaurant in order to go and help your husband open his place, correct?
Well, I suppose you're right about that, but some things have come up that are causing an issue.
I'm sorry that at a time like now you're having to deal with everything else in life like this place.
My husband understands the circumstances himself, so it's all fine. And actually, my daughter has stepped in to do a lot of the work I was planning to do, so there was no need to worry about me. But there is only a couple of days left. Good luck to you.
Thank you, and right back at you.
And now that you've mentioned all of that...
Ah, right.
Did you take some time to think things through?
Well, that's a good question. I am very thankful that you brought something like that up with me before. But considering all this place has done for me as I've worked here for a long time, I don't want to think about leaving it.
I see. And I completely understand that. You started to work part-time at that place back when you'd just gotten out of middle school and began working full-time after high school. So it's been close to a decade or two for you, right? You ended up gaining so much experience there as well, and could be considered as one of the best sushi chefs around. The fact that you got to work under the previous manager so often was so lucky for you.
I still have a long ways to go before becoming a true master at this, but thank you for saying that, Jay.
But there's one thing I have to say to you right now. The fact that you were never allowed to become the new manager after Marcus's uncle passed away was a major blow to the place, and him taking the restaurant over for himself is going to be the end of it.
What? Oh, but hold on, Marcus is his nephew of all people.
But the man that we all respected and loved working for actually cared about his store and his customers, right? And when it comes to you, you're the same as he was. Meaning you should be the one in charge of the place now, not Marcus. You can actually converse with everyone there without causing a headache. And have always been praised by all the customers. You should be the one running that place. Yet you're having to sit back and let the untrained nephew take it over. Also, I'm sure you're very much aware of this already, but a lot of those customers we had coming before are no longer around, thanks to Marcus, especially the regulars. A lot of them stopped coming over. The fact that Marcus took over the place from his uncle right after he passed away. And that fact alone.
I know. I am very much aware of what's been going on. I've asked that Marcus be more open-minded about the way he approaches and speaks to a lot of his customers, and I've tried to explain to him how a business like this works. But just as I'd suspected, he doesn't really care to listen to me at all. Also, it seems that from the very start he's seen me as some kind of an enemy of his. Currently, I'm in a position where he can't really fire me or anything, so I have that helping me, but I can for sure tell that he doesn't want me around due to the way he speaks to me.
Yet you're still wanting to stay at that restaurant?
Well...
In the past, the manager said this to me. He said that it is always important to respect the sign that hangs out in the front store, and to always make sure the business is doing its best. But if that becomes the only thing one thinks about, costing him the relation he has with his customers and the staff, then he's better off taking that sign down and ending the business for good.
I've heard that story from him in the past as well. Thinking back on what was said, do you think he was talking about something like what's happening here now?
I'm sure you know the answer to that already, right? I don't need an answer from you right now to my earlier proposal, so take your time to think about it.
Will do. Yo, Felipe! I'm gonna be changing up the staff here so you can choose between having your pay reduced or leaving my business. What? What are you talking about right now, Marcus? I said for you to call me manager, and what I'm going on about has to do with Jay. She finally went and left this place after so many years of causing problems here, all because her favorite boss is no longer running the place. So while I'm enjoying my day off, I thought I'd ask all of my staff what they wanted to do as I began to hire new people. But I'm not sure why you're wanting to hire on so many new staff members right now. In the past, both your uncle and Jay did a very good job of managing the place and were able to bring in enough money at one point where they could afford to hire new hands and keep them around. Well, my plan is to lay most of you guys off now and bring in my friends who are all wanting to work here. As the new manager of this place, I feel it's best to be surrounded by those who actually listen to me and who I can trust with the place. Because for some reason you and all the rest of the staff here that were hired by my uncle are never listening to a damn thing I say. It's because you never take your job as the manager seriously here that we can't listen to what you're saying and are always having to talk back to you. Also, you went and started to talk about how you'd be bringing in a bunch of really cheap fish from overseas that's nowhere near as good as the stuff we've been using, and I will not take that. If you're not able to agree with the way I want to run my business, then get the hell out! I thought it was kind of me to give you the option of choosing between a reduced salary or being laid off, but now I'm not giving you a choice anymore. You're done here, bud. Even if you were never going to quit, it's too late now. And once you're out on the streets, you're not going to be able to find another job because this place was all you ever had. All thanks to my uncle taking your familyless ass in after you went to high school. I guess I'm quitting then. You'd better thank me for letting you stay here with that reduced wage. I just said that I'm quitting, though. Wait, what? You're gonna quit your job here? Yes. Do you have any idea what that will mean for you? You quitting your job means that you'll no longer be employed anywhere. A high school graduate like you leaving this place means that you'll never have another chance at a job like this one again. Fortunately, I'm a very good sushi chef with many years of experience under my belt. As long as I'm willing to use these abilities of mine to make the best sushi I can, anywhere would be happy to have me working in their kitchen. Yo, wait! I'll leave my notice on your desk tomorrow, Marcus. No, wait, I'm going now. When you start to regret what you're doing here, don't come crawling back to me! Jay, I would really love to come and work for your husband at his sushi restaurant, please.
Well. You made your choice a lot quicker than I was expecting you to.
Well, something happened that led me to believe that right now would be the best time to go and join you and your husband at that new restaurant.
I see. Considering I'm working for a new place now and have nothing to do with my past job, I don't think I should be asking about all of the details. But Philippe, I'm going to get you all set up to come and join us right now.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Yo, Felipe!
Long time no see, Marcus.
I'm hiring you back into my restaurant, so make sure tomorrow you come in to start working for me right away.
What?
Also, I'm leaving you in charge of preparing the place for opening. I don't have enough hands right now to do it all.
Hold on, I have no need to go back to work for you.
Stop being so modest here. You'll only be making half the salary you had here before, but that's better than being jobless, right? And if you're not able to pay for your apartment with that, I'll allow you to come out and live in my family's house. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
I have a job of my own already.
Huh?
And of course, I'm still working as a sushi chef like before.
You were able to find another job working for another sushi restaurant?
That's right.
Which one?
One that's in Hawaii.
In Hawaii?
You knew about how Jay's husband also happened to work in the world of sushi, right? And, well, that husband of hers just so happened to open up a store of his own out in tropical Hawaii. And thankfully they made sure to let me know that I could come out and work for them if I pleased. I was a bit hesitant about what to do at first, but when you came and threatened me with either having my pay cut or having me leave the restaurant, the idea of moving to Hawaii to make sushi for someone else finally popped into my head. And that was the choice I ended up making.
What? So that's when you made your choice?
So now that you're aware of the situation I'm in, it's impossible for me to go all the way back there to help you.
No way! Right now is no time to be messing around, though. If things don't change soon, the whole restaurant itself is gonna be in trouble. Come back here and work for me right now. If you're not here to make all of the sushi, none of the customers are gonna want to spend their money here anymore.
What happened to all those friends of yours that you said you'd be hiring on in order to make your staff more trustworthy?
About all of them. They assumed that you'd still be working here when they all came, and that's why they made the choice to join me. But when they heard that you quit, they all said things had changed and they no longer wanted to work for me either. So if you were to come back here and start working for me again...
I'm sorry, but I'm very busy at the moment.
Wait a second, Felipe!
Goodbye now.
Felipe!
Ever since I left that place and moved out of the state, I heard about what happened through a coworker of mine who also happened to be one of the employees I ended up training as my first trainee. He told me that Marcus went and ordered a lot more fish from that really cheap supplier, and that led to all of the remaining staff to have a strike, saying that he was trying to kill his customers with terrible quality fish. And even before that strike took place, a lot of the customers that did end up going there were said to have gotten sick due to most of the fish no longer being sushi grade anymore, leading to a few cases of the restaurant being inspected by the state health inspector. The ratings of the restaurant went down the drain after those inspections came back poorly, and business there became more and more of a rare spectacle. The strikes also became more common until there was only a select few employees remaining there, which wasn't even enough manpower to have the restaurant open for one day. So, in the end, after almost going under and never being able to revive the place, Marcus's older brother went ahead and took the place from him and is currently working on turning the whole entire restaurant and everything around. Of course, Marcus was not allowed to work there after the place was renovated and management had been changed, but his efforts to find other work weren't fortuitous. The word about him being a terrible manager spread like wildfire, and not a single place wanted to hire a man with such a rotten work ethic and horrible track record. He would find some work at places like gas stations and convenience stores, but due to his horrible attitude, he'd cause drama and the like and lose his jobs there as well. Recently, I've heard a rumor going around that he's having to sleep in a cardboard box out on the street every night as he tries his luck at gambling in a nearby casino with whatever money he can scrape up. As for myself, I've been fully moved into my new apartment here in Hawaii and have been working close to 60 hours a week making sure that the restaurant does well. I started off working here with a larger salary than I had when I left the previous restaurant, and I've been told that if the restaurant does good throughout the length of 1 year, I'll be rewarded with bonuses and all. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.